Hello, we're coming up to an exam soon, so this podcast is basically some techniques that can help you study for the living environment exam. Now, I think that a good way to start is to hear from some students who have succeeded in my course. So we'll start off with listening to Jasmine.
Okay, so I study for tests by reading my notes every night when I go home while doing my homework. If I have any questions about the information, I'll ask the teacher. While, Before the test, I ask someone to quiz me on it to make sure I know it without reading it. Um, Before the test, I'll read through all my notes a few times. I would the test review sheet that you would give me, I would do it and then make sure I get all mine correct. If anything is wrong, I would ask them to quiz me on it, or I would ask you why it's this way and understand why I got it wrong and understand what the real answer is. And that's pretty much it. And
And now we're going to listen to Catherine.
Hi, my name is Catherine, and how I study for a test is I usually review over my notes and make sure I know everything and try to memorize all the information so that I usually study a week before so I could get everything down. And I also read the textbook and all the chapters, and every time I read the textbook I would analyze every page in my head and try to remember it, and if not I would write down the key words or summarize it and just write it down, and that's another technique. And I would read out loud. I would read the book out loud, and sometimes to make it fun I would act it out, and to make it fun. But I usually do that when I'm by myself because I don't want people to think I'm crazy. And then I use index cards to extend my vocabulary. So in case, it usually happens, when I'm taking a test, I usually don't know a word, and I will write it down after, and then just study it. And I would use the flashcards and the paper that I write things down. I would, use them to study, in the morning, the day before the test. Usually people don't do this, but I think it works best for me. So I would, when I come in to, school, I would have the paper and my index card, and I would use them to study, walking or in the bus, or even during my lunch period or when I have spare time. Also, it's there's a practice sheet, a review test that our teachers give to us, and I would do it, and every word that I do not understand or I'm familiar with, I would look it up and ask my teacher, and then everything that I would get wrong is if I don't understand it, I'm going to ask my teacher and ask why is it like that, or try to learn from my mistakes and write it down so I would know the next time I would know. And I will also go on Regents prep for further assistance and go for extra questions. And if I need help on a specific thing a bit more, I will go in there and just get help specifically on that. And that's basically it.
Okay, and I hope you find the techniques that they used helpful, and here's some other things that you can use, some other things you can put under your belt. First thing is Jupyter grades can help you, and the review sheets and the practice tests are available on Jupyter grades. I'll also be giving them to you in class. One difference is that on Jupyter grades, you will see the answers to the practice test. Also, you'll find links to our online textbook, and this year I'm updating it periodically, and I'll be changing the file that's on Jupyter grades. So you'll need to so you have to download it at the start of each unit. And you'll also find on there a file which has links to review sites. And here's what you would see is how you access these things in Jupyter Grades. And I have here just like a made-up student. And you click over here on Files, and then you go to Living Environment. And over here you'll find the files that I have available on there. And over here are review websites. And you find the practice test for our first unit and the review for the first unit. And down here is the textbook links. And basically all you have to do is just click on it, and then you will download it. I'm going to download it to the desktop. And there it is. Here are the links to the online textbooks. If I just click over here to the online one, and right here is our first unit, and first part here is all that's going to be on the test. It's on the scientific method test. The other part, the second part, is just on other things, on stuff that's for the whole year. And there are links here that can help you out with things. There's some YouTube videos. Some of them you can watch within it, like right here. Now this you can't see at school.
The following KQED production was produced in high definition.
I'll stop that there. And also at the end of the chapter, other ones may be scattered throughout, but I also have Regents questions. Sorry about the size of the pictures. I don't have much leeway on the size of them. So here are some questions that are similar or actually might be the actual questions that can be on the test. You can also contact me. You can contact me by email. You can call me. You can text me. And I have the information for that in Jupyter Grades. I'm not putting the information in this podcast because anybody can see it. Another option is Dial a Teacher. This is put out by the UFT. And just call the number on that screen during those hours, and you will speak to a teacher who will work you through that. And if anybody's watching this who isn't in New York City, you also have this available. It's like I live on Long Island, and my stepdaughter did use this. There's also tutor.com. This is only available if you have a friend or relative in Nassau County, because you have to have a Nassau County library card. And there you can chat with the tutor in this subject or in any subject, including AP. And of course, you can use these things in any course besides mine. BrainFuse is available through the Queen's website. The hours that you see there between 3 and 11. You can talk to live tutors. You can also submit questions 24/7. And this isn't for our course, but for other courses, they also have a 24-hour writing lab. And there are a couple websites that can help. The Barron's site has a pay site. I've never seen it because I've never paid for it. So I don't know how helpful it is, but it definitely, from what I've seen, it definitely has more available than the free site, which is regentsprep.org, which I'll show you right now. Okay, this here is regentsprep.org, and here you'll find all the Regents courses, and we're doing Living Environment. And here you'll find, here's one for our first one, I guess, laboratory skills. And this is for the first unit, and focusing here on the scientific method, organizing data. And let's look here on scientific method. So here they have basically like a Cliff Notes telling you about it. And just goes down. Goes on for some pages. Oh, that's organizing data. Also, go back to the main page. Also, in addition to the Cliff Notes sort of telling you about it, you've got multiple choice questions. And here we have a whole list of topics that we have, and I'll just click on the first one here, topical archive. So here you've got they have questions, you got the answers and the explanations. Go back. Interactive questions. Here you just choose this. Like viruses are exception to cell theory, but they have some characteristics of living things. What's one of these characteristics? And you answer this. You can check your answer, and it tells you if you're correct. You go to the next one, and here I'll pick the wrong answer, and I'll show you what happens. Just says incorrect. Please try again. So that would be the right answer. Also, let me go back to the beginning here. Well, this over here, this is more for the end of the year, and I'll go over that another time. Another option you have here, go to Old Regents Exams. This takes you out of the website, and now we're at the state website. And over here you have all of the Regents exams. Click here on Living Environment. And here was the exam that was just given in August. This is the exam. Here you've got the answers. And basically the conversion chart that allows you to find out what the real score would be, because we get a raw score and then it has to be converted to a scale out of 100. There are also some review books available. The ones that are the easiest to get are the Barron's books. They are available in every single bookstore that I know of. If it's not available at yours, you can get it online, or you can have them ordered for you. There are two available. There's one which has a red cover, and there's one that has a blue cover. I recommend getting the one with the blue cover because whatever the one in the red cover offers, it's also in the blue cover. Different course, if it was a different course, I'd recommend getting both. This one, you don't really need the red one. And I'm going to show you from the Amazon website where they allow you to sort of look into, and I'll show you some features in that. Okay, so here I'm looking inside. This is what the cover looks like, and I'm not sure if this is the current one, but it doesn't make too much of a difference. So here's the inside of the book, and it basically will show you here Cliff Notes, and it has everything that is covered on the Regents exam in here, and actually a bit more than what you need. It gives you a couple of Regents exams, all the questions, and also at the end of every chapter it gives you the questions. One thing I really like about the Barron's book is that it explains the answers. Look at the top over here. You see with number 25? It tells you that the correct answer is choice 3, and it tells you why it's choice 3. And then it goes through each of the other choices and it explains why those answers are wrong. And this is why I really recommend this book. Now here are the closing questions. Before I get to this, I just want to say one other thing, and that is that when you take the test, make sure you answer every single question, because I'll be giving a 10-point bonus to everybody who answers every question. Anybody who fails the test, well, you only failed temporarily. You're going to need to study for it again, and then you're going to retake it on the computer. It's going to be a different version of the test. The questions are going to be different, and they're going to be randomly chosen. And you're going to keep doing this until you pass the test, because I have a failure is no option this year. Now, here are the closing questions. Number 1, what is one way that Jasmine studies? 2, what is one way that Catherine studies? 3, how can Jupiter grades help? 4, how can you get extra help on your phone? You only need to put down one thing. 5, how can you get extra help online? And you'll need to put down one thing. So I wish you success in studying for your tests, and I hope you get the 10-point bonus, and you only get that when you do it in class. You don't get a 10-point bonus on the computer retake.